This has been, wow, this has been an incredible week. Welcome, everybody, to a special Sunday night edition of Coffee with Conti. I apologize, I'm not feeling too well. I've got started yesterday, got some congestion, got a sore throat, but I wanted to finish what we've started. We started last Sunday on Coffee with Conti, and every night this week, send-off pats of new Corvette deliveries. We've made it a send-off pat celebration week. Many of you have actually watched every single upload, and that means so much to me because there's been some great conversations, great passion from these people that we're sharing, what's motivated them to buy this car, stuff that is real, that you guys can feel, that you can relate to. I mean, there's so much fluff, there's so much drama and clickbait on YouTube. Not on this channel, man. In fact, this channel, I think it's fair to say you could call, because of this car and because of the people, this is the Corvette Warm and Fuzzy channel. I mean, it really is a lot of fun. And it's a great honor for me to have the opportunity to work with so many of these cool people. Some great conversations this week. One question, though, that's come up in all the comments you guys have posted all week long. I've been reading them. Thank you for taking the time to watch each and every upload. How come you're not sharing the specs and the pricing of the cars that people are buying? And I know that's a key component. You want to know, is it a convertible? Is it a 3LT? I get that, but we had one compromising position a couple of weeks back, and I felt so bad for this guy. He owns his own business. A lot of my clients do. And he sat in my office and talked about how he struggled through 17 years through the pandemic, but was focused on keeping his employees working and taking care of them. He finally got to the point that he was going to do something for himself. You know how it is. We've talked about this just recently in one of our deliveries, that if you didn't do it now, that you probably never would. He was kind of in that position that he wanted to do something for himself, to have all that hard work, all those trials and tribulations mean something. This car is exactly what we're talking about. So he gets it. We share the send-off. We share the specs. We share the pricing. One of his employees saw it and gave him grief. He said, "Oh, I see you just bought a $90-some thousand car." And I thought, you don't even know what this guy's been through to keep you working, dude. Are you kidding me right now? So that's life. With any level of success, there comes jealousy, and I felt so bad for him. So that's why I ask people before we go on the vlog, and I know we share the specs, and I just thought, well, maybe in these send-offs, let's not be too detailed and offer too much information. Going forward, I will share specs of the car because I know many are curious and learn from that, what people are buying. But let's keep the pricing out of there. I don't want to create compromising positions for you guys. It is so much fun sharing the deliveries and the conversations. This week has been proof of that. It's just unfortunate that had to happen. All right, we're going to finish up Send-Off Pat Celebration Week, and it has been, man, so much fun for me bringing this content to you here on the channel. Thank you for watching. Thank you for the support, and thank you for the business opportunities and the great relationships and friendships that we've started because of this car. And before we finish what we started with our Send-Off Pat Celebration Week, let's remind you where it all started. And it was last Sunday on our Coffee with Conti show featuring Steve from Kansas and his wonderful story, Daryl from Indiana. Monday was Bob from Ohio, Trey from Pennsylvania, and Jeff and Drusilla from West Virginia. Then on Tuesday, we had an action-packed show for you. If you loved Corvette cars, there was a ton of them in this upload. We had Dave from Illinois, Greg from West Virginia, Drew from Ohio, Jim from Ohio, and a ride segment. Many times I reference in the videos, if you missed a video, there's a link down below in the description. Here's what I mean. You click over in here, you'll see a description of the particular video that you're watching, and then down below, you'll see little tabs and links that you can click on the videos that we're actually talking about. There, right there, is Tuesday's video that I think you'll really enjoy. On Wednesday, we had Bill, Ty, and Ron. And then Thursday for Thanksgiving, we had Charlie and Jim from Florida. And then we featured Joseph from Montana picking up a C8R, and we even had a fun cameo from Jack.
Got that one too.
Oh my goodness.
Boys and their toys.
I don't know what you did for a living, but I should have done it.
Then Friday was a great upload. All red mist cars. Jim and Wendy, Kevin, Tyler, and Pat from Ohio. And then yesterday we had Ken from Ohio, had a great flashback of his first delivery, which was our very first C8 here at Coghlan. We also had Joe from Ohio. We talked about, hey, if you don't do it now, you never will. That's the guy. We all can relate to that. We had a beautiful send-off for Jeff and Barb in Tennessee, most of which I didn't get a chance to share on the channel with you guys. There's a lot of moving parts when we're doing these vlogs, and there was one point I was with the driver getting the car lined up, and I was talking about Jeff and Barb moving from California to Tennessee, how supportive they've been, just awesome people, and I didn't turn the camera. There wasn't any of that recorded. I didn't record the send-off pad or anything. Oh, I'm so sorry about that, Jeff and Barb. And then we also had Joel's C8R yesterday as well. And today, we have Gary and Colleen that they share their journey from Ohio all the way back home to Washington. Before that, let's share their send-off pat on today's Coffee with Conti. Gary and Colleen are here from Washington State, and I don't know if they're as well prepared as Jim and Gina were from California, because they actually measured the frunk and the trunk for all their luggage. So their luggage is here, and we don't have a Thule to put on top of the car. So hopefully everything fits. Oh my gosh.
Bungee cords on the wing, right?
Yeah, right, absolutely. Just strap it on there. Colleen, good to meet you. Gary, you were here in April for my send-off pat. I was more than amazed that you flew in from Washington State, for goodness sakes, for the delivery of my car.
Got a chance to meet you. Got a chance to see your car, and
thanks, man. I'm having a good time.
All the cars were here. It was wonderful. So
what's your plans as far as going back?
So when we leave here this afternoon, we're going to go down as far as Dry Ridge, Kentucky, to the Noah's Ark. They have a replica that they built. It's supposed to be full size.
It's beautiful.
And we're staying the night there. The next day down to Bowling Green, we're going to go visit the museum there.
Of course.
And
yes, good answer.
Anyway, from there we're driving through, just spending the night in Memphis, and from there down to Oklahoma City. We're going to go up and hit the old Route 66 and follow whatever we can.
Dude.
Gonna kind of worrying about people messing with a car at night, so I'm staying on Air Force bases. I'm retired.
Oh, good.
So figured, you know, most of the military guys wouldn't go out and do that.
That's
not at all.
A thrill for them.
Not at all.
But visiting friends that I have at the base is going to, you know, spend a couple days there at Tinker Air Force Base in Oklahoma City, and then from there we're going over to Albuquerque, again down the old Route 66.
Yep, that's cool.
And from there over to Kingman, Route 66, visiting some friends there. Up to Salt Lake, visiting her brother, who lives just south of there.
Oh, that's beautiful country up that way too.
And then from there, a couple days back home to Washington.
Oh, fantastic. Well, text us some pictures.
Yep.
I don't expect you to send me a catalog 60 hours of video like Jim did. I couldn't believe it. Was great because I'm going through. It's like, oh, okay, get this. And I actually forgot one part. He went into one of the national parks and he says, at 54 seconds in this clip, the guy says, nice car. And I'm like, I was so tired in the middle of the night editing, so I missed that. But we can save that for future videos.
So I don't have a GoPro. So ours is going to be either camera, videos,
or PDR.
Or the PDR.
Yeah, I got the
but
PDR.
That's, I have to find from you. I don't know if it automatically has all of the you know, data on there, or if there's some way to strip out, you know, where it doesn't show the speeds and all that stuff.
Well, yeah, there's 4 overlays on the PDR. I'll show you that, how to do that. We can set it up as a dash cam, so every time you turn the car on that it records. So it's nice.
48 miles an hour.
Yeah, yeah, that one you want to have the track overlay so you can see what the heck's going on. But yeah, no. But yeah, he had no overlay on Jim's and was just capturing the scenery and the drive. So you don't have to document your braking, throttle, and all that kind of stuff. You can if you want to do the kind of stuff that we did at Spring Mountain. So yeah, not a problem. I'll show you how to use all that stuff. Absolutely. Yeah. I'm excited. And I can't wait. I'm sorry, literally they just got here. So we got to see if their luggage fits. And I think by the look of it, Colleen's laughing in the background. I think by the looks of it, you'll be fine.
Struggling when I ordered this thing to figure out what color I wanted.
That's one of the toughest things on this car, man.
I like the red. I really like the red mist. You know, the yellow. I really wanted to like the yellow, but I was a little afraid of the green tint in it. And
did you see a yellow when you were here at my send-off?
I
think there was one here.
There was,
okay. All right, good. At least you got to see it in person.
I got to see it, but it's still, you know, and the red mist, you know, if you look at it in the shade, it looks maroon, and I'm not a big maroon fan. When the sun's on it, it glows like cherry, and it's gorgeous. But I'm glad looking here. I'm really happy with the silver. I think it's beautiful.
Oh, this spec I mean, this spec is absolutely stunning. Just want to thank you and your son for your service.
Oh.
I know you were just telling me that you guys served together in Afghanistan. And with the stuff that's going on right now, just God bless our men and women in the military. It is unfortunate what has been happening. But how kind of cool that you and your son served together.
Yeah.
In the same place. That's neat, man.
So after I did my Air Force, I went into the Air National Guard, was in a deployable radar unit, and after 9/11, they federalized our unit and put us back on active duty again.
Gotcha.
And my son was in the unit also. So when we got deployed over to Afghanistan, we did a radar site over there that controlled the air war over the country. And 60 people out in a little place called Camp Palomino, and we were there together getting rocket attacks at night, and it was, you know, both a blessing and kind of scary. You know, you hear the rockets coming in. Gosh, I wonder where Matt is. But at the same time, being there with your son or him with me, you know, it was a good experience.
All right, let's see if this luggage fits.
Well, I have to see the front.
Yep. Oh, let me open it up with the front. I forget who it was. I had somebody come and they put the bags in the back. They look like standard travel bags, but for some reason they were maybe just a little bit bigger, and I had to squish them in there.
So
Let me take a look at them.
Yeah,
so it's not like you haven't been through this, huh, Rick?
Oh, this should be no problem. Seriously.
Yeah.
So
Right now, I'm just trying to figure out
Okay, so
the
that's good.
configuration here.
Yeah, that's good. You guys notice that she's able to reach over the high wing, and the one thing I like about this high wing, unlike it was in ZR1, when this comes down, look how much space is right there between the trunk lid and the high wing. You can put your hand in there, and ZR1, you couldn't get your finger in there. Because this actually kind of angles back like this, aerodynamic, great styling, but functionality to get into your cargo area. Okay, so 1 down, 3 to go. I mean, you can pull it back out. I mean, we're playing and practicing right now to make sure everything fits.
luggage.
Gotcha.
Oh, well, this is more amazing than I thought. Dang. Whew.
So these ought to go in the front easy.
It's nice and easy.
That is unbelievable.
All right. So, oh, you got the first one in there already?
Yeah.
All right.
So soft close on these. You don't slam them. So
Yeah. Now the front one is not a soft close. This one you push it 2 times.
I'm letting you play with it, baby.
Okay.
I'm letting you play with it.
Oh, I think this is gonna work. It's gonna be tight, but it's gonna work. Okay, so we'll put this down here.
Perfect.
Yeah. So any souvenirs you buy,
we're not buying
just UPS those back to the house because that's it. You're done. Gary and Colleen are getting ready to leave, and you had a custom plate that I thought was awesome, and it was perfect for him. And Washington won't let you get it.
Nice.
You know, he's retired military, United States Air Force, so he wanted to get USAF VET. So it's a double meaning for a veteran for the United States Air Force, and it's a USA vet for a vet.
Yeah.
And they went, so maybe in your state, I thought I gave everybody your idea. Sorry, buddy.
That's a good idea.
I think it's a great idea. It's a great idea. A lot of our military people out there is another, and I've got a lot of customers. Jesse, if you're watching out in Virginia, I know you and your sons are both in the Air Force. There you go, buddy. That, if Virginia allows that, you can use Gary's idea.
There you go.
All right? Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so he's going to talk to OnStar, get all that stuff set up, and then what?
We're going to take off and hit the road.
But before that,
we're going to get a send-off pad.
that's right, we're going to send off pad. And a rub of the highway.
And a
rub of the highway. That's right, brother. Okay, we'll be back. Hey, well, they're talking to OnStar, one of our local customers, Jeff, who has a 22 on order. Thank you. He was at Carlisle, thought of us, and grabbed us a couple posters from the GM booth. Thanks, Jeff. Appreciate that, man. from Washington State. What part of Washington, by the way?
Camas, which is on the Columbia River, actually closer to Portland area in Oregon, but
Okay.
on the Washington side of the river.
I just sent, I don't know if you're close, I just sent one to Kent, Washington.
Yeah, that's up
That's
closer
up
to
north.
Seattle.
Oh, is it? Okay. All right.
Yep.
Fantastic.
Yep.
Congratulations, guys.
Thank you, Rick.
Have a
Appreciate
blast.
it.
Well,
Yeah,
I have
yeah,
to
yeah.
say, can I say one thing? That
Yes.
This is I was ready for like this long drawn out, you know, when you go buy a car, how it takes like 8 hours later. You guys are amazing. Keith was just awesome. Everybody here has just been absolutely like family.
Thank you.
I've never, in all the years I've bought cars, I've never had this great of an experience, and I mean that sincerely, Rick.
Thank you. I appreciate that. And I know you do. Believe me, from talking to her, trust me, she's for real. Because if she felt differently, she'd tell you.
I'm Italian.
Yeah, that's an Italian part coming on here. That's right, girl. That's why I love you. That's right. Thanks, man.
Thanks.
I appreciate it.
Appreciate
Have fun,
it.
you guys. I told you they were fun. Great to share this with you guys. Here's the send off Pat for Gary and Colleen back to Washington, safe and sound, and a nice rub of that high wing. Yeah, baby. I think I'll rub this just for a few more minutes. Okay, never mind. He's looking in the mirror. Is he done? He's done. Thanks, you guys. Have a blast. Enjoy it. That's a great looking car. That's a car that I would own. That silver, red accents, great wheels. Well, there you go, folks. Another great looking car and some awesome people. I can't even express at how proud I am and how much fun I've been having sharing all these new Corvette deliveries as part of our send-off Pat celebration week. Thank you for joining us. Now let's share a little bit of their journey home from Ohio back to Washington with Gary and Colleen. Here's a quick note that Gary gave me. He says, Rick, here's some photos and video of our trip beginning home from Ohio all the way back to Washington State. The trip overall was 3,800 miles. It took us 11 days. We averaged almost 28 miles to the gallon in our hardtop convertible. After getting the car, we drove to Noah's Ark, the exhibit down in Kentucky. We visited the Ark, and the next morning we drove to Bowling Green, but you'll notice there was rain remnants from Hurricane Ida. We stayed at the Hotel Sink, which was nice, but I would call it almost industrial. The best part was they actually had a garage for my C8. After looking at the assembly plan of the museum, we headed off to Memphis. Notice that we passed a truckload of C8s and we gave the driver a Corvette wave. From Memphis, we drove to Oklahoma City, visited several friends for a couple of days. Then from Oklahoma City, we tried to follow Route 66 as much as possible, spending the night at Albuquerque and then to Kingman, Arizona. We went north from Kingman through Vegas and into Utah to Salt Lake. We had an excited C7 owner. He waved and accelerated around us. The last night was in Boise, Idaho before going into Oregon and finally Washington and then home. The car gets so much attention. When I got home, I went to a car show at the Portland International Raceway with several hundred really nice cars present. There were cars from the 1920s and the 1940 hot rods, old trucks, 1960s and 70 cars. There were newer Mustangs and Challengers. Corvettes, well, they were well represented as well, 15 or so C8s. Then I was surprised to find a note on my windshield that I was a show winner. The other three were older trucks and an early 50s Chevy. I almost felt guilty, not that my car isn't beautiful, but so many other people put so much work into their rides. There was also a couple with a 1957 Corvette Black with silver coves, and man, was it gorgeous. They were in love with my car. In fact, I gave them your contact information. Thank you again, Rick, for helping us get our beautiful car. Gary and Colleen from Washington. that's our show. That's the end of our Send-Off Pat Celebration Week. I need some more of these. I hope you do check out some of those links down below. I hope you support our channel by subscribing and hitting the bell and thumbs up the video and continue to engage and make those comments down below. It really means a lot to me and a lot to a lot of our viewers. Thanks again for watching, you guys. Have a great night. It's going to be a long week. I need to recover. We may not see you until next Sunday, but I will see you soon right here on my Corvette channel.